The Premier League is back, and one team have certainly been busy in the transfer market. But in 2025-26, there's just one question. Can Arsenal win the league? To celebrate the start of the new Premier League season and the announcement of Football Manager 2026 this week, I've gone and updated the old game with all the promotions, relegations, and all of the transfers correct as of yesterday, ready to see if I can take Arsenal all the way to league glory. Will we get out on top and win our first Premier League trophy since 2004, or will we bottle it in true Arsenal fashion? Let's find out. So we've been appointed in the place of Mikel Arteta, tasked with just one thing: bring back the glory days of Arsenal that they haven't enjoyed for over 20 years, winning the Premier League title. Of course, it's a strong squad because Arsenal have finished runners-up quite a few times over the last few years. However, the board are just looking for us to qualify in the Champions League places and challenge for the FA Cup. The fans, however, want us to challenge for that Premier League title, which I think we can absolutely do. Looking at the squad, it sets itself up for a 4-2-3-1 gegenpress style. We've got the two holding midfielders, and we're going to focus our play around the big man Gyökeres up top, the brand new signing, along with Zubimendi. He is one of our holding midfielders. He's going to be hugely important this year, but we're also going to try and get in some of the future prospects like Miles Lewis-Skelly, who had a great season in real life last year, and Ethan Nwaneri, who can play anywhere around the midfield. We've also got the likes of Mosquera, who can come in and cover the likes of Saliba and Gabriel if they face injuries. I've got three targets at the moment, with Morgan Rogers, who can play anywhere behind the striker. We've also got Tino Livramento, because I do think that we can really improve in the right-back position. That is a weakness of ours. And, of course, the big story in world football at the moment is Gigi Donnarumma leaving PSG. Will he come to Arsenal, or will he go to Saudi? Let's find out. Our first signing of the window is Tino Livramento. We've brought him in for £39 million. We've also brought in Morgan Rogers for £37 million. And both of them will provide great backup in key positions if we are to have a tilt at the title. Here we are then for the very first match in this mini-series. We are taking on Bournemouth away from home. We have got our two brand new signings in the squad, joining up with the real-life signings of Arsenal for the 2025-26 season. So, let me know what you think down in the comments section, by the way. We have brought in Morgan Rogers, of course, on that left-hand side, and Tino Livramento, who is going to come in onto the bench. We are going to put Tino Livramento on that right-hand side straight away. I'm thinking Ben White can come in for where Saliba would normally play because he's injured, so we're going to stick with that. But David Raya will start in goal. Will it be his last match for Arsenal? Potentially, because we've possibly got Gigi Donnarumma coming this way. We've got Livramento at right back with Ben White, Gabriel and Calafiore in defence. We've then got Rice and Zubimendi holding the midfield, with Saka, Ødegaard and Madueke stand behind the big man, Victor Gyökeres, up top. So let's get ourselves straight into the action then. Very excited to get into this. We are just going to auto-number them all. I don't really like Livramento as a number 3. He can be number 22, perhaps. Gyökeres 10, yeah, I suppose that works. David Raya can be number 1. Kepa can be number 40. That's what I'm going to go for there. We have got number 14 for Zubimendi. Really? I don't think... I think Gyökeres has gone 14 in real life, hasn't he? The Thierry Henry influence. Zubimendi can possibly be number 13 there. I've got Madueke number 16. Rogers 17. Mikel Merino 18 there. I think the rest all looks pretty good to me. So let's submit those squad numbers. Let's get ourselves into it then. This is going to be absolutely brilliant. I'm I'm looking forward to this. I think hopefully we should get over the line against Bournemouth today. It's obviously going to be a tough old match, but we'll give it our absolute best shot, and let's get ourselves into the action. Here we go. Let's see how we get on. So, 2 goals from Gyökeres and a hat-trick from Noni Madueke lead us to a 5-2 victory in the first match. We then went on to sell Reece Nelson to gain some extra money to await the arrival of our big signing, Gigi Donnarumma, who comes in for £70 million and comes in as a great replacement for David Raya and could really make the difference in us being a title-winning side. We continued our good form. We beat Brighton 2-1 in the next match. We are top of the league, hoping to stay there for the rest of the season. After 5 matches, we continue to be top of the league. 5 out of 5 so far. You can see Man United all the way down in 17th there. Maybe they're going to have a very similar season, but it's Madueke who is our top scorer at the moment and the best player in the division, and Declan Rice has got the most assists. A match against Man United was our first against a so-called big club. We drew 0-0 at Old Trafford, but it was the real test against Liverpool to test our title credentials. We got a penalty very early on from the kickoff with Victor Gyökeres stepping up. Surely he's going to put it away, isn't he? No, it's saved by Alisson, and it remains 0-0. However, it was soon to be a 1-0 lead because Madueke ran down the left-hand side, back to Zubamendi, who cut inside. Great shot with his right foot into that bottom right corner, and it was 1-0. Shortly after, it was another penalty, and Victor Gyökeres stepped up once again. Surely he couldn't miss this time, could he? No, absolutely not. No problems at all. Puts it into the bottom right corner, and soon after it became 3-0 as Ødegaard ran forward with the ball. He then whipped it into the middle, and that man Declan Rice was there to shove it into the bottom left-hand corner. A 3-1 victory over Liverpool shows our title credentials and shows we can match it with anybody. So nearing the end of November then, and in fact we're still unbeaten in the Premier League. Our only defeat of the season coming away to Real Madrid in the Champions League. Of course, we haven't really talked much about the Champions League. More on that later, but you can see after 10 games we are doing really well. 26 points from our first 10 matches. We're top of the league. Nottingham Forest are right up there. Gyökeres and Madueke are looking like top scorer candidates, and we seem to have a lot of the stats going in our favour. Speaking of Madueke, we took on his old side Chelsea, who are second in the league next, and this is our next big test. But we start off very well and almost get a goal early on, and it didn't take us long to take the lead. It was a great little interception there by Gyökeres, who shot from outside the area into the back of the net. It wasn't long before it was almost 2-0 with Madueke hitting the crossbar there against his old club. Soon after, it was 2-0 after a cracking interception from Gyökeres led to a good assist towards his mate Madueke, who scores against his former club with a thumping shot into that top right corner, leading to a 2-0 victory away from home against Chelsea, who were second place. Nottingham Forest now up to second in the league. But our next big test was against Manchester City at the Etihad. Can we take on Haaland and co, and can we come away with all 3 points? Well, it didn't take long for us to get off the mark. 12 minutes on the clock, and it was Livramento who got it into the middle, and then Zubamendi towards Madueke again, who scores another goal this season. He really has been on fire. And 20 minutes later, it was 2-0 with Saka getting into the area, crossing it over to that man Gyökeres again, who made it 2-0. Now, Manchester City came on the attack late on in the match, and it was that man, Oscar Bob, who put it into the back of the net to make it 2-1. But it wasn't enough for Manchester City. We managed to beat them 2-1 at the Etihad, and that is surely another big tick in our title credentials. So we're officially at the halfway point of the season, and it's fair to say that we are doing incredibly well so far. We have managed to go unbeaten in the league, in fact. Lots of big results so far, some of them that you've seen on camera. Obviously, the big result against Man City, 2-1 away from home. We beat Liverpool 3-1 at home. That was a big result. We beat Chelsea 2-0 away. Really good results there. We beat Tottenham 4-0 in the North London derby. And throughout December, we've had some really top results against some teams that are doing really, really well in the league, like Aston Villa. They were third in the league at the time, drew 2-2 away from home against them. We beat Nottingham Forest, who were second in the league at the time, 4-0. And to be honest, it's all down to two of the new signings that Arsenal have got in real life. Let's have a little look at the competition. We are by far and away leading the Premier League at the moment, but we'll just have a quick look. Gyökeres is the top scorer, 16 goals from him so far this season. He's done really, really well. Noni Madueke has also chipped in with 12. Bit of worrying news for you, though. He's just picked up an injury in our Boxing Day match against Burnley, and he's going to be out for the next 4 to 5 weeks. Luckily, we've got somebody like Morgan Rogers or Gabriel Martinelli that can just fit into that role and hopefully pick up the slack a little bit as well. Bukayo Saka and Madueke have been the best players in the league this season, and Declan Rice and Madueke have got the most assists this season. It really has been amazing, and to be fair, some of the best football I've ever seen in Football Manager. I really wish this was a sort of long-term series so that you could see how well the team have been playing. In fact, we are going to do a couple of live comms in the second half of the season, just so you can see this team play, because it really has been an absolute pleasure to play through this save so far. We're halfway there. We're 8 points clear at the top of the league, ahead of Aston Villa in second. Nottingham Forest are currently in third. Liverpool, Chelsea, Man City and Man United are following. Although Man City and Man United, they're quite far behind now. Newcastle have just sacked Eddie Howe, so they're not having a great season at the moment. Interestingly, out of the promoted teams, Leeds and Sunderland still keeping their heads above water just at the moment. Burnley very much bottom of the table, looking like they're going to be relegated very, very quickly. In terms of the people we've brought into the club, Donnarumma doing a great job, 9 clean sheets so far this season. Tino Livramento, 4 assists. He's been very, very solid in that right back position. And Morgan Rogers, he's been limited. He's only had 7 starts and 6 substitute appearances. Hasn't really done a great deal so far. But, you know, if you have a little look at the performance of a lot of our top players, you know, the likes of Madueke, Saka, Rice, Ødegaard, you know, doing a great job. Donnarumma has come in and been great. Zubimendi has been an awesome holding midfielder for us. Gabriel has done great in defence. Gyökeres, as I say, 16 goals from 20 starts. Exactly what Arsenal need with that number 9 up top. So really, really happy with everything that's going on so far. So let's hope that it all keeps going. Obviously, Madueke out for 4 to 5 weeks. Gabriel suspended at the moment. People struggling for fitness a little bit, so we're going to have to rotate that squad. If you're interested in the Champions League, we are through the last 16. We finished second in our group with Real Madrid, being the victors in that group. We are playing Benfica in the last 16. Can we have a little tilt at winning the Champions League? Perhaps. We went out of the Carabao Cup in the 4th round to Leeds United, and we've got Newcastle in the English FA Cup third round. So we'll see. Hopefully we can have a cup run as well, but the priority, as always, is the league. Let's see if we can keep going with that. So January comes around, and I hadn't planned to make any signings, but we did bring in John Stones for 13 million after letting Kivior go to Real Madrid. We've also brought in Hjolmund from Sporting Lisbon, great defensive midfielder after letting Mikel Merino go to Chelsea. We also got this bizarre offer from Manchester City for Kyle Havertz towards deadline day, but we decided to let him go. We didn't want him being unhappy and unsettling the squad. So at the end of January, still unbeaten through to the FA Cup 5th round, and things are looking very good. You can see our transfer business there. Just the 2 signings, really. A couple of youth signings have been made by Per Mertesacker as well. We have let Fabio Vieira go out on loan to Inter Milan. Kai Havertz has gone, and Mikel Merino, I think, very good deal there, getting £47 million. Quite a few going out on loan, as well as Kivior. So you join me for what I think will be a cracking match against Man United as our live com. We are 25 games into the season. We're still unbeaten. We could be putting the Invincibles under threat here. This has been an incredible season so far. We are top of the league. We're 11 points clear of second placed Aston Villa. Gyökeres is still top scorer. Madueke is back and he's firing again. He's the best player in the league right now. Declan Rice has got the most assists, and some of our new signings have come in and hit the ground running, which is really, really fantastic to see. So let's see how we get on against Man United today. So here are the lineups then. Donnarumma will start in goal with Livramento, Saliba, Gabriel and Zinchenko as our back four. Rice and Zubimendi are holding the midfield with Saka, Ødegaard and Madueke starting behind Gyökeres up top. But look at that Man United side. I mean, you know, it's not that scary, is it? Looking at this these days, they have made some really good signings this summer, but you wouldn't think it looking at that. Luke Shaw playing in a quite advanced position there as well. Let's see how we get on in this match. Here come the players then, and we are ready to rock and roll for our live com. We are underway here against Manchester United. Let's see if we can pull anything off today. Onana gets it straight to Gaetaro to Martinez. Here's Kobe Mainoo, but Saka wins it back. Here's Zubimendi now. No. Zubimendi wins it back, gets it to Madueke. Here's Gyökeres, makes it 1-0. What a start for the Arsenal, and Gyökeres is the man of the moment once again. Here come Man United back though. Here's Livramento. Back to Donnarumma. Gets it to Saliba. Saliba to Livramento. Now here's Saka. Finds Saliba. Gabriel. Here's Zinchenko, Zubimendi. Now here's Rice on the ball. Oh, great ball to Saka. This is a chance for us here. Rice forward to Gyökeres. Gyökeres wide now to Zinchenko. Can he get it in there? Zubimendi. Here's Ødegaard. And now Saka. Look at this. This is Wenger-like football. Here's Saka with the ball. Oh, should have been 2-0. Ugarte loses it to Zubimendi. Now here's Rice, gets it forward to Saka, surely 2-0 coming here, and it is Victor Gyökeres again, 24th goal of the season, makes it 2-0. Absolutely brilliant, 14 minutes in, this could be a cricket score, this one. Ødegaard with the corner into the middle, caught by Onana. Well, punched by Onana, more like. Here's Gabriel. Gabriel gets it into the middle. It's in. It's Madueke, the man of the moment. Noni Madueke. The two guys that have made this season have put on a show for you guys today. Madueke has put it into the back of the net. And, well, let's just see how that all transpired, because it seemed to be bumbling around in there. Well, I'm not sure Madueke knew much about it, but Onana certainly knew nothing about it. And it's Arsenal 3, Man United 0. Here's Zinchenko with the throw, gets it to Ødegaard. Now to Saliba. Saliba forward to Zinchenko again. Zinchenko on the ball. And look at this, look at these triangles. Beautiful pass in Zubimendi. Oh, well, he loses it. Now De Ligt to Cunha. Here comes Man United's apparently not so scary team. And, well, that's why Luke Shaw loses the ball. Rice gets it to Madueke now. Here's Zubimendi. Madueke forward. Gyökeres gets his hat-trick. That is what we are talking about. Victor Gyökeres gets his third. And Arsenal's fourth after 30 minutes. This is brilliant. Here come United. Ugarte gets it into Cunha. Ugarte again. Forward to Bruno Fernandes. Cunha makes it 4-1. Shame that we didn't get the clean sheet, but hopefully that's not the sign of a Man United comeback. Well, straight from the kickoff here, here's Ødegaard, loses the ball to Fernandes. Onana's got it back now to Lisandro Martinez. Oh, Saka intercepts, and now we're bursting them on the counter-attack. Gyökeres was there again. Could have been fourth for him. Here's Saka, and it's in. Bukayo Saka has scored. It's going to go down as a Lisandro Martinez own goal. But it is 5-1 now, just before the 40-minute mark. Let's have a little look at this again. It was Zubimendi forward. Saka, just clipped off on the way in. 5-1. Here we come forward again. Here's Gyökeres, gets it into Zinchenko now. Forward to Gyökeres. That's his fourth. Is that going to be disallowed, though? It looked a little bit offside, that one. And it is disallowed, but could have been a fourth. Here's Ødegaard, gets it back to Zinchenko. Ødegaard into the middle. Here's Livramento. It's bumbling around, and goodness me, Declan Rice nearly scored there. Zinchenko now to Rice. Rice on the ball. What a goal! Martin Ødegaard, the captain, gets his goal for today, and it puts us sixth past Man United. 6-1 here. This is unbelievably good, isn't it? And, I think we've built an almost unstoppable team here. What a goal that is from Ødegaard. And it's now 6-1. Well, I think we've done it. We have beaten Manchester United 6-1. That is a fantastic result. We get over the line there. And, we've got to be happy with that, haven't we? That is an unbelievable result. 6 goals to 1. And that puts us 14 points clear of Aston Villa, who themselves are 3 points clear of Chelsea. So it's really looking good for getting this done nice and early. Well, another 0-0 draw away from home to Liverpool. Kept our unbeaten streak going. Can we do it? Well, less than 10 games to go now, and we are still 17 points clear at the top of the league. It's looking very, very good for an Arsenal Invincible season. It's first against second. We are at 14 points clear of Chelsea at the moment. Let's see how we get on in this match. So there's the lineups then. Donnarumma starting in goal, Timber, Stones, Gabriel and Livramento in defence, Rice and Hjulmand in defensive midfield, with Saka, Ødegaard and Madueke starting behind Gyökeres, as we are struggling for fitness right now. Well, despite Chelsea largely being on top in the first half, it's Bukayo Saka that has made the difference. He's got through and he's stuffed it into the bottom left corner to make it 1-0 to Arsenal. And not long after, it was that man again, former Chelsea man, Noni Madueke, puts it into the back of the net to really justify his move to Arsenal. And it's 2-0. Is there any way back for Chelsea now? And late on, it was that man, Gyökeres, that made it 3-0 for Arsenal, catching Chelsea out. Dawdling and, well, you can see, smashing it into the back of the net. 3-0 Arsenal, surely no way back for Chelsea now. And that's how it finished. Arsenal 3, Chelsea 0. So now Arsenal very, very healthy. 17 points clear with just 24 to play for. Surely this is going to be Arsenal's first title since 2004. They can't bottle this, can they? Well, it certainly looks that way as we continue our great form with a 2-0 victory over Newcastle. And that means that we're now 17 points clear still, but just 21 points to play for. We could, in theory, win the title against Man City next. This could be it then, guys, because we are 17 points clear, as we said. But Manchester City, they're the team that we're taking on. They're currently in second. Chelsea are taking on Brighton, so we'll keep an eye on their scores as well. But yeah, if we can beat Man City, we will win the title. Or could win the title. All depends on the Chelsea result. Well, this wasn't part of the script. Erling Haaland popping up out of nowhere and gives Manchester City the lead 6 minutes in. That's not what we want. But who else would it be but Martin Ødegaard to get us back on level terms. The captain with Noni Madueke setting him up there. Brilliant run down this left-hand side from Madueke. Passes it in to Martin Ødegaard. First time shot. Too much for Edison. And it's 1-0. And Odegaard involved in our second goal. He whips it in, and William Saliba leaps above everybody else and sticks it into the back of the net. We're doing exactly what we need to do right now. We just need to rely on Brighton doing us a favour later on. Well, what an outstanding goal you're about to witness here. Tino Livramento picks it up about the halfway line and he goes bombing down that right-hand side. Incredible finish past Edison. And it's now Arsenal 3, Manchester City 1. And this time it's the other centre-back who leaps higher than everybody else. Gabriel with a brilliant header into the back of the net. Odegaard with another assist. Man of the match performance from the captain. Absolutely outstanding performance from the Arsenal. Well, we're just rubbing salt in the wounds now. Madueke with the shot, but Kusanov, unfortunately, with the own goal for Man City. 5-1 is now the score, and it looks like that is how it's going to end. So now it's over to Brighton to see if they can make our day here and give us the victory that we want. Oh, Chelsea won 3-1. Aston Villa 5-4 against Crystal Palace. I think they're technically in the shout as well. They're only 18 points behind. So I guess it's all poetic. We're playing Tottenham away from home. Can we win the league against Tottenham? That would be rather amazing, wouldn't it? So the equation is simple. Beat Tottenham and we win the title. Here's Livramento with a throw-in. This could be a chance for us. Rice gets it forward into the middle. Madueke puts it into the net. It's 1-0. And we are leading Tottenham after 5 minutes. What a start. Here's Bukayo Saka on that right-hand side, doing a great job. Whips it in. It's off the post from Gyökeres. That was close. It could have been 2. Well, here come Tottenham on the ball. Here's Palhinha. Oh, he's lost it now. Here's Saka. Saka bombing forward. This is great counter-attack from Bukayo Saka. Into the middle it goes. Madueke with the header. Great effort, but not quite the second goal we wanted. Here's Saka. Not 3-0. 2-0. It's all going crazy here. Saka puts us 2-0 up there. Rice with a great assist. And look at this. I mean, it was absolutely just pinpoint precision with the passing, and what a first time effort from Bukayo Saka. 2-0. I think the title's coming our way, folks. Here's Saka, gets it to Rice, now to Zubimendi. Zubimendi forward to Saka once again, gets it across to Zinchenko, but it's Madueke who puts it in. 3-0 now, away from home to Tottenham. We are absolutely dominating the match, and surely there's no way back for Tottenham now. Well, it wouldn't be an Arsenal match without a Gyökeres super finish. That was absolutely awesome. Declan Rice once again with the assist there. Wow, Saliba got it forward to Rice. Rice over the top. Gyökeres was there and a great finish past the keeper. It's Tottenham 0, Arsenal 4. Well, Tottenham get one back. Brian Gill puts it into the back of the net. Okay, starting to get a little bit worried now. Pedro Porro has just made it 4-2. Surely not a bottle job coming here. Well, we're just making it interesting now. Mohamed Kudus has just made it 4-3. I mean, Tottenham aren't going to spoil our day. They're too nice for that. I think we're about to do it. Full time! And we have won the title as Arsenal. That is incredible. We're unbeaten at this stage, but what a poetic way to do it. At Tottenham Hotspur Stadium of all places, to lift that Premier League trophy in front of them. We had to make it interesting in the end, but absolutely brilliant. What a season it has been. And okay, we're not done yet because we want to go invincible. We want to win the FA Cup, but that is the main objective completed. We are Premier League champions of 2025-26. Well, despite winning the league, it's not all over yet. We've got Man City to play in the final, and can we keep it unbeaten? Well, who else? Victor Gyökeres, a penalty in the 44th minute, leads us to victory over Aston Villa. We're still on for Invincible, 4 games to go. And we're still going. 2 goals from Gabriel, and Gabriel Jesus managed to get us over the line against 6th place Nottingham Forest. 3 to go. Another 2-0 victory against Crystal Palace with Zubamendi and Madueke on the score sheet there. We're also close to breaking 100 points, which would be an incredible achievement. Just Leeds and Burnley stand in our way of doing that. Well, 2 goals from Bukayo Saka keeps the dream alive. I was worried as Leeds took the lead in that match, but Bukayo Saka did it. He got us over the line. Just 1 more match to go. And we have done it. We are officially Invincibles again. When Arsenal win titles, they become invincible, apparently. Declan Rice, Gabriel and Saliba sealing a 3-0 victory over Burnley. 102 points. Absolutely incredible. But there's still one more obstacle to overcome. We've got to go and play Man City in the FA Cup final. Can we do the double? And it's fair to say that we've mopped up the football awards as well. Record high points total for Arsenal, 102. Madueke wins Footballer of the Year. He's won Players Player of the Year. Gyökeres won the Golden Boot with 27 goals. Donnarumma won the Golden Glove with 21 clean sheets, which is amazing in 35 matches. And we have won Manager of the Year. And look at the Team of the Year. It is pretty much exclusively Arsenal players. There's a few Chelsea players in there and Ollie Watkins as well. But can we do it against Man City and win the double? Yes, we can. Victor Gyökeres with a 4th-minute goal against Manchester City. We are the FA Cup champions and we have officially done the double. Incredible stuff from the Arsenal, and it's been one of our absolute best seasons. I have to say, one of my best seasons. So let's round it all up. So this is the 2025-26 Premier League table. Arsenal are champions on 102 points with 32 wins, 6 draws and no defeats. Joining us in the Champions League are Chelsea, Aston Villa and Man City. Probably Liverpool as well if the Champions League gives 5 places to England. Liverpool and Nottingham Forest finish 5th and 6th, with Man United finishing an excellent 7th considering their very poor start to the season. Going down is West Ham, Sunderland and Burnley. So FM is predicting that Leeds have just about enough to stay up. And I think that's a fairly common opinion, is that Leeds will probably be the strongest of the promoted sides. Tottenham struggling with Thomas Frank there, 14th place for them. Newcastle having a tough season, even though they had Alexander Isak in this save. They finish down in 10th. Victor Gyökeres and Noni Madueke feature among the top 3 goal scorers. Ollie Watkins also joining them. If we have a little look at some of the other players, Bukayo Saka's up there with 18, Alexander Isak 16, Erling Haaland only 16 goals this season for him. Awoniyi doing a great job for Nottingham Forest. Mateta up there as well. Cole Palmer, not as many as in previous seasons. Best player was Noni Madueke, and Bukayo Saka not too far behind Cole Palmer, right up there. Rice, Madueke and Silva getting the most assists there. Donnarumma getting the most clean sheets for the team this season. And of course, he is rumoured to be joining the Premier League, probably with Manchester City rather than Arsenal, but 21 clean sheets in 35 appearances. He is, well, has been a key part of this Arsenal side. Looking at the other competitions, of course, we got knocked out in the round of 16 of the Champions League, so not fantastic there, but yeah, Benfica coming out on top, although I think Arsenal would take a Premier League title over doing well in the Champions League anyway. Winning the FA Cup, beating Man City in the final, doing the double, haven't won a trophy since 2020, so that would be a huge competition to win, and get knocked out of the Carabao Cup in the 4th round by Leeds United. So there you have it then. Yes, is the answer to the question. We could win the Premier League with Arsenal in 2025-26. We didn't bottle it in the end, and we actually went invincible, which is something I've maybe only done once or twice in the past. I actually can't believe it went as successfully as it did. I mean, if you look at the schedule, we had an incredible season. We scored so many goals, kept so many clean sheets, and I think ultimately, it proves that maybe what Arsenal have been missing is that out-and-out striker. Gyökeres has come in and done an incredible job. Madueke on the left-hand side has been a revelation. Whether he will be in real life, I don't know. But we scored 99 goals this season, only conceded 20. Which, if you guys have followed me for a while with Football Manager, you'll know my teams don't tend to have the least amount conceded, but we're very, very solid defensively. I mean, it has very much been the best squad I guess you could ask for. You've got Saliba and Gabriel there in defence. I suppose our wing-backs could have been better. I mean, Livramento's really improved this season. Calafiore has as well. Two excellent holding midfielders in Rice and Zubamendi, who's picked up a little injury, but he's been brilliant this season. But the main man, Victor Gyökeres up top, Saka's been brilliant, Madueke has been brilliant, and Martin Ødegaard has been superb as always. So, yeah, Arsenal in with a very, very good chance this season, and it'll be interesting to see if what we've performed here in Football Manager comes to fruition. Obviously, I hope my team, Newcastle, do really well. Hopefully, we get some business done in the next 3 weeks before the market closes. Otherwise, we could be in trouble. I think this could be a fair reflection of where we might sit in the table. But yeah, let me know if you want me to do any more of these videos. I've really enjoyed putting that together over the last few days, so do leave a like if you enjoy. Let me know down in the comment section if there's any other teams that you want me to try and do something with. Maybe keep somebody like Sunderland in the Premier League, which obviously as a Newcastle fan I would be delighted to do. Maybe try and bring Man United back into the Champions League, that sort of thing. Do let me know down in the comment section below. But thank you very much for watching, and hope you enjoy the start of the Premier League season and all that is to come. Football Manager 26 is just on the horizon, and I can't wait to get back with daily Football Manager content when all that happens. So click subscribe for daily sports and retro gaming content in the meantime, and I hope you guys are having a wonderful day. Thanks for watching, and goodbye.